What's going on, everybody? It's Top Bets. We got our PGA live stream, the last regular season live stream coming at you guys here on a Wednesday evening. I had to push it back a day. So we will have official picks tonight. No ifs, ands, or buts. These are the ones we've put hard-earned money on. So appreciate you guys tuning in for the last regular season stream here. I think we'll got a couple more. I think we'll do two more leading up until, and then we might have like a Ryder Cup one. We'll see. But with the dwindling down as we get towards the end of July here, early August, NFL becomes the big key here. But we definitely have some golf still to play. As always, here with my man Bet with the Boys Golf, aka Teaser Nation. How are we feeling tonight, buddy?
Good. Last week got another. Actually, I don't even know if he finished top 5 because he went in the water on the last hole, but had Jake Knapp outright again. I think he got tied 4th. I know he needed an eagle on the last hole to, I think, tie Kitayama for the lead, but didn't do anything on Sunday per usual of every outright we've tried this year, except a few that actually came through. But
yeah, we started off hot.
Yeah, it all started. I think this run's been crazy. It's started at RBC Canadian with Sam Burns losing the playoff. Then we had Henley coming second at Travelers. So it's been like, I think 5 out of the last 7 weeks outright within the top 3. So it's we're getting there. At least we got the tournament matchup. Also, I know we recap it later, but I know my VIP, it was a max play, first one of the year. And I said it on the stream. I said he's going to miss the cut, and he ended up missing the cut. So we predicted something right at least. So
that was a great fade. That was like the tall tale, no brainer fade of the week. So
yeah,
kudos to you for going max play on that bad boy.
Yeah.
But if this is your first time tuning in, appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys know when we go live each and every week. Hit that thumbs up. Leave us a comment. We got plenty more coming with the playoffs, and then we also, we're starting up with the NFL. I've been doing best ball live streams every Sunday so far, and we'll go into future plays, divisional predictions, all types of stuff that we got coming up for the NFL season. So pumped for that. But let's get to the Wyndham Championship here. A lot on the line for several in the field to continue to make the cut towards the FedEx playoff. That didn't seem to motivate too many other people last week. So kind of take that with a grain of salt. But we do have I would say an average field this week. I wouldn't call it spectacular, but I wouldn't call it weak at the same time. So, but when you have Fitzpatrick as the favorite in this week's tournament, I would still say it lacks some star power.
Right.
But we'll dive into our outrights. We'll go into placements, and then we will give out our tournament matchups. As always, you can find all of my 3 balls, 2 balls, Discord in the Discord at Sharp Bros. Use the link below to sign up. I think we're gonna run a little special this evening for the rest of the week. So look out for that. But yeah, so start us off, Teaser. Let's know a little bit about the course and what we should be basically going after for our stat guys, attributes, and then we'll go into our outrights.
Yeah, I'll make it pretty quick. It's pretty short course compared to the average on the PGA Tour. I think it's only 7,000 yards. So 2 par 5s, 4 par 3s, 12 par 4s. 8 par 4s are within 400 to 450 yard range. So that's going to be one stat I put in the model this week. Another is approaches from 150 to 175. That's, I think, most of 40% of approach shots come within that at this tournament each year. So really just driving accuracy, emphasis on wedges a lot this week. And then this week, I don't think it's going to be more of a guy gets hot with the putter. It's good putters usually do well here. So it's putting on Bermuda greens. We've seen Denny play well here, Poston. So yeah, you need to be, I think, a pretty decent putter. Course history is usually predictive here, so I threw that in the model as well. That's something that kind of every year is helpful at this course. Course comps, we always have Harbor Town, Wailea, which is Hawaii. Seems like a long time ago in January. River Highlands is a good one, and Deer Run. Basically, all the positional courses that are pretty small. Key stats: strokes gain approach, always fairways gained, proximity 125 to 175, and then par 4 scoring 400 to 450. So those are the main things. I think usually we get a lot of rain here too, so it's going to be soft conditions probably in North Carolina there. So that's another thing to look at.
The great state of North Carolina. Love that.
Yeah.
State.
Yeah.
Love it.
So it's going to probably everyone going to go low. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't, mess up the tournament. Some years it has.
I mean, I'm thinking the winners are going to be minus 20 or below. It's just one of those tournaments that you're really just going to have to make a lot of birdies and be very accurate, more accurate than long off the tee, accurate with with your approach, but then the putting obviously separates you. So yeah, just make sure you guys don't. The Bombers like a Kitayama kind of deal, like that dominated last week.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best fit, but especially a guy who's running hot like that, you never know. But I think I'd fade him more than back him.
I mean, let's just say like he made the cut on the number pretty much last week, and then he just
went stupid nuts. Yeah,
that was insane. Yeah.
So. I mean, and then watching, I don't know, that golf course just didn't. I don't know. To me, just didn't look that hard. It looked like I could go play that in my backyard. I'll just be honest. But I know that's way harder than that. But just like seeing those like approach shots, getting within, like his approach shot was like within 10 feet on the whole entire tournament, which is insane.
Yeah.
So it was just, I don't know. It felt like Mickey Mouse golf out there. It really did last week. So let's get into the board here, the outright board. I have my 3 already selected. I will be posting in the Discord on all socials here shortly. But if you guys are tuning in, you guys get the first dibs. So appreciate you guys. If you guys have any comments, throw them in the chat. And you got anybody that you got questions for DFS wise or outrights placements, throw them in the chat. Love to hear from you guys. And thanks for basically rocking with us the entire year. So that was pretty. It's been a long regular season. Doing it every week.
Yeah.
All right. So my first outright, we're gonna go with my main man Harry Hall at 40-1. So Harry Hall 40-1 on both DK and FanDuel. Basically, a guy here who, if his iron game is on, his around the green and tee to green are very good. The main thing has been his approach. So I've just preached on being basically approachable on this golf course. It's more I'm banking on him to do so. I think it's a pretty good fit overall. I also just like the number that I'm getting here with Harry Hall with the upside of 40-1. You could go over like Glover at 35-1 or Poston at 50-1, something like that. But it just feels like around that particular spot on the board, I think this is the best upside here for a guy who could go low and is number 1 in the model that I'm looking at in strokes gained putting on the field. So really, really think he's got a pretty good edge here. What you got any love for Harry Hall this week?
Yeah, I do like Harry Hall. I think I've been on him a lot this year. He's just kind of obviously he's broken, I think, through last year on one of the alternate events, but he's just got to do it out here on, the bigger full field event. So I like him this week. He's been playing well. I think I had him actually over, I think the Open or the Scottish Open, and he kind of blew up on Sunday. So you just got to finish it. He's been getting into contention, but not, finishing it from there. So
yeah, he's So second best short game in the field. So
Mhm.
I just really think around the green he can gain strokes, and 40-1 number is definitely doable for me. You got your first outright?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with never really on this guy, but Ben Griffin. I got 28-1.
Ben
Now he's
douchebag Griffin.
you can get 25-1 now, but I mean in my model he's number one overall. I guess it is a little bit skewed because he hasn't been playing well the last 2 weeks, or the Open he missed the cut and John Deere missed the cut, but still kind of picking up some numbers from when he was hot over the summer there, last 36 rounds. But um, just overall, one of the main guys in a weaker field, I like him overall. Strokes gained putting, Bermuda, he's top 5. His ball striking's still been there. Not really going to look at the Open. Obviously, that's a links. He lost ball striking strokes there, but going to take that one out. Rocket Classic and Travelers, 13th, 14th. And he gained throughout the bag. Wyndham Championship, had a 7th year last year. Approach, he was gained over 2.5 strokes, and he had a 4th here in 2022. So one guy who can, you can kind of spray it from time to time, but this is a course where you can kind of clump down and just find a fairway. That's where we've seen him be at his best when he's been good this year. But, as much as we hate on him, he does have a pretty elite short game, pretty elite wedge game, and he can putt. So that's what you kind of need around here. And then if he's going to screw me, I guess I'll be off him again. So
I think I have too much hatred for that man.
Yeah, it's tough.
To put my hard-earned money on him.
Yeah.
Can't do it. We got Trent in the comments here. Let's go, big week for sure. We got Seth here, a guy that I almost threw on my outright card, but He didn't make the cut, but he checks a lot of the boxes here, so I can't blame anybody. Siwoo Kim outright. What do you think about Seth's Siwoo outright here, Caesar?
I don't have anything against Siwoo this week. I think he got a second here 2 years ago, but another guy who's been kind of flying under the radar recently. I think he's had a couple good finishes. Well, he missed the cut at 3M in the Open, but John Deere had an 11th, Genesis 34th. Usually plays well here. Our second in 2021, a third in 2020, 5th in 2019.
He's got 4 top 5s here. It's pretty.
Yeah.
It's almost too good to be true,
Yeah.
And I probably have bet him in the past, and he withdrew in 2022 and then got cut last year. So I think it's a good one to go back to, I would say.
Yep.
Not somebody to be afraid of. What's his number at right now?
I think he's 35. Plus, I think
35. So yeah, it's not bad. Yeah.
I haven't seen too many people on him. He's kind of been lower. I would say he's probably going to be lower owned this week too. So if you want to go his route, it's tough with Siwoo, man. He'll get hot, and then you never know with him. It's just tough. But with a course like this, I think he's a good play.
He makes a lot of sense. So I could see it. He was definitely a candidate to get on my outright card, but did not do it. So let's go into the second outright that I got. And I think we have the same outright here, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. We are going to go to kind of chalk, I would say, but he fits a lot of what you're looking for here. And we're going to go with good old Denny McCarthy, the best putter on tour. So, plus, he has very, very good course history. I know he's coming off. He's been cut twice here, 36th, 9th, 22nd, 15th, and then a 33rd last year. Coming up off of across in the pond there, got cut both times before that, but had 11 and 12 finishes beforehand. I could definitely see him getting back into it. His approach game, just not that long hitter off the tee. It's your prototypical golfer that you're looking to have here at this course. Hoping the putter just gets absolutely scorching, and then I think we could not run away with it, but be there towards the end. He's been there plenty of times come Sunday, and just not got it done. Not as bad as Cam Young, but he's been up there a few times. I think he was up there at Torrey Pines, if I remember, earlier this year. I think it was Torrey Pines.
Yep.
and then faded late. But he's got potential, so I really like him. I got him at 55-1 over on FanDuel. I think he's 50-1
He's 50, yeah, on
on
DK.
DK, but he's 55 on FanDuel. So like him,
Yeah.
and you're on him as well, I believe, right?
So I'm for sure on his top 20.
Yeah, your top 20. That's
2-1. That's for sure. I was thinking about outright. Feel free if anyone wants to talk me out of it, and this whoever's watching, because I don't know if I want to. Yeah, I don't want to put my money on McCarthy, but I kind of back what you say on it. There's just a weird feeling. I think he can get it done and get his first win. I don't know why. Could be wrong, but I don't know. The putter could get hot, like you said. So,
but what's wild is that he's still like right around 10% in DFS. So it's just one of those names that you would think would gain more, I guess, ownership in DFS. But he's definitely big value spot. At 8,100 on DK, coming in sub 10%. So definitely someone that you shouldn't click over. I mean, you got just going over the top 5 most popular guys this week for DraftKings. Aaron Rye makes tons of sense. Ben Griffin, Fitzpatrick, Keegan Bradley, and then Lucas Glover. So you're going to see a lot of those 5, and a lot of those 5 make tons of sense. But just wanted to throw that out there, just so you guys know ownership out there. And sometimes it's good to fade those what we call donkey chalk. So Trent, we got Bud Cauley, and was he on your card teaser? I know we discussed it that his name popped a lot this week, but he did not make my top 20 or my outright. But I do not blame anybody for taking Bud. Did you have him on yours?
Yeah. I guess I'll get to him now. I only took him for top 20. I know 20. Trent likes him a lot, but Bud Cauley, I feel more comfortable with the top 20. It's plus 240, including ties. So I think that's a pretty solid number on him. I think he's 14th in the model, or 17th in a model, but not really anything standing out except course comps. Course history is pretty good here. So has a great wedge game. We've seen a lot of them this year. He's coming back, obviously, from what he's been through. So I think his game's been trending this year. Obviously, of course, he hits a lot of fairways, and he has great wedge game. So I do like him here. The course fits him. Course history is there. So. But for my second outright, I'll just get into it. I like Lucas Glover, 40-1.
Mm-hmm.
He won here 2 years ago when he got on that one streak where he won like 3 in a row or something like that, or close to it.
Right.
2 top 10s at Travelers and John Deere, which are good comp courses. Even a 23rd at the Open Championship. So his game's been trending in the right direction. The ball striking's been there. 2+ strokes ball striking in his last 3. Approach, I think +1 in his last 3 as well off the tee. So he's gaining on everything throughout the bag. I think his course history, obviously, he's won here. Other than that, it hasn't been that great, but with him, it's kind of, boom or bust sometimes. So if we can kind of get that putter going with him and have a good week, I think he'll be in contention again. So,
yeah, when you're thinking about approach shots, iron play, Lucas Glover's got to be in the conversation, aka Swamp Ass has got to be in the conversation there. So he makes a lot of sense. He's actually a top 20 play for me this week. I like that value a little bit more, plus 155. So went him for my first top 20 there. But teasers got him as an outright. But so yeah, I got no concerns over Lucas Glover this week. He should definitely be there come Sunday. What do we got here? We got my last outright that we got. So this one, 100-1 number. I love this. I love this guy this week. I was on his top 20 last week. He was looking solid. I think I got him like plus 300 for a top 20 last week. He snuck up there on Sunday, and then it just didn't hold because he had a terrible Saturday. But we're going to go right back to it with Austin Eckroat. Austin Eckroat at 100-1 is my favorite long shot, and I'm going to sprinkle some money on him here. Been playing very, very well, especially approach. That's my main thing that I absolutely – the Barracuda Championship, I'm just kind of like letting it go since he played at the 3M. But otherwise, the last 4 tournaments, he's gained 5.2, 3.3, 6.8, and then 2 strokes gained approach. So great approach game. I think these courses, like the positional courses for with the short positional courses like this, are great for Eckroat. And I think he could be up there for sure. I would not mind if he went back to a top 20 there. I think he still has like plus 200, high 200s there. But Eckroat makes a ton of sense here to sprinkle a good long shot there on him.
Yep.
You got any more outrights you want to talk about?
I guess the last guy I want to talk about, I think I probably will take him, is Max Gracerman at 60 to 1. It's kind of a pretty good number on him. I know he hasn't won yet, but he's 12th in the model. I think he got second here last year. That was the one where he made like quadruple bogey and let Aaron Rye back in on like the last, I think it was the 15th hole or something, and Rye stole that from him. Obviously a pretty good putter on Bermuda. That's one thing looking at. He's been pretty bad the last 3. I know a lot of people were on him last week and he missed the cut. I thought that was a little interesting that everyone was on him. I didn't like him there. Missed the cut at the Open and Scottish. So obviously it's still crazy that he's still ranked 12th in the model, given they're taking all those into it. Hasn't been great on approach, but since then, Rocket Classic 2nd, Travelers 36th, comp courses he plays pretty well at. Last year he gained 4 strokes total. So I don't know. I think a guy who's kind of putting it together, obviously had a rough stretch here the last 3 weeks, but he's going back to a place where he's looked familiar with last year, looked comfortable. So hopefully he can kind of, get in there. I think 60's what kind of drew me in. That's a pretty good number on him.
I like that number with Graceman. Mm-hmm. He's one of those guys that you think he should just be up there a lot more. I think his game's pretty nice, and it just, for whatever reason, just can't put it all together this year. But I think he's a name to definitely keep in mind for years to come there.
Mm-hmm.
We got Trent here, a sleeper pick here. We got Rio. Is that soon? Izatune. Yeah, I'm terrible with names. But Rio as a outright, or even could go low as a sleeper. Was 3rd here last year, so could just really like the course. Cutting 2 of his last 3 events, but what at the Charles Schwab got a top 6 there.
Yeah,
I think I could see it.
He's a good, like, obviously he's not going to rank well in the model, but he's always a good wedge iron player. That's the one thing he is. But I personally would do the FRL. We've seen him go low, but I definitely wouldn't trust him to win a PGA Tour event. I don't think he can put it together for 4 days. But I think first round leader on him's a pretty solid play. I don't know what it's at, but it's probably would be over 80 to 90 to 1. So
he's a good play in DFS. It's sub 5%. He's coming in right now to 3. Guy that's pretty cheap. He's $7,000, so it's definitely an option there. Another option as a sleeper-ish on DFS, you got Clanton, who's a little bit more expensive there at 8,300, but he's coming in at 3%. The other guy that I liked, where is he? Oh, I wouldn't even say a sleeper, but just not. I thought he'd be higher up there, and that's Ricky Fowler. He kind of burned me last week on a 3-ball matchup, but he's been he hasn't been great, but he's been solid. So another guy that I like for DFS to hit birdies and not blow up is a good one for DFS is Ricky Fowler there. So don't mind him, but Rio makes a lot of sense as well. That's the wrong button. My last couple top 20s, I'm going to go back to the well. Last week I cashed on Bezzy plus 230, top 20. We're going to go back to the well there at plus 170.
Wow.
For basically a lot of the same reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But Bezzy, he was doing very, very well. Besides the first round, he went super low the last 3 rounds. Made 4 cuts in 4 starts here, and then has 4 top 20 finishes in his last 8 starts. So, guy that's playing pretty good golf towards the end of the season. Think that's probably one of my favorite top 20s numbers at plus 170. Other guy is I would say I'm going to go along with golf Twitter here with Nico.
Yeah.
At plus 300. I'm basically going to play, I would say the chalk there, but more not towards the outright, but I think top 20. Guy that, again, good course fit, makes a lot of sense on a lot of boxes there, but overall, I'm okay with taking plus 300 odds for a top 20. You got any other placements for him?
I'm only doing the 2, Bud and Denny, but just another guy to look out for. I might have outrights Andrew Novak at 70-1. He's not been as hot lately as he was early on in the season, but just another guy who obviously keeps it in the fairway and has a good wedge game. So just look out. I think that's a pretty good number. I think you can get a 70 out there too, probably. So just looking at that for outrights, even his top 20 would be a good number as well.
And we're definitely on the last regular season stream with this question. Anything on Paul Peterson?
It's funny because he's 8th in the model. He's
Yep.
been playing decent lately. Had a 2nd at the alternate event. I still don't know too much about his game, but I would say it's decent if I'm looking at the model. Course history is not bad. Course comps. Strokes gained total his last 16. He's 20th. Overall, 100 to 150. He's top 20. Strokes gained putting on Bermuda, he's top 20, and driving accuracies too. So he does fit the model in that way. So I would lean towards I don't mind him, but obviously maybe like a top 20 is not going to win. So
yeah, I definitely would not take an outright on him.
Yeah.
So make sure you do take an outright when he does.
Lock in Paul Peterson. Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I think if you want to do a top 40 or top 20 on that guy, or another guy in DFS who rates pretty well. And is sub 5%. So not a bad idea there. So keep the questions coming. We're going to go right into our tournament matchups. Last week, we doubled up. We basically said this is no way it's not hitting, and it absolutely cast for us. I know Teaser went the 5U max play for the Discord.
Easy.
So we went Kevin Roy over Haitong Lee. So I'm 11-10 on the year, and then that moves Teaser to 11-9-1 there. But yeah, that was a huge W for the stream there. That made too much sense, just fading off of the great run at the Open.
Yep.
All right, any ones that are hold on, we got tournament matchups up.
Yeah, I have 2 in mind.
Trying to find them. Are they on DK?
Yeah. I just don't know which one I'm going to take for the stream. I think I'm going to give both of them out, but I'll let you look through it and see if we match again.
I got tournament matchups 3-way. What the heck?
Yeah, I don't know why they've been doing it like that.
They've been doing that lately.
I've just been hoping we don't tie because you lose. But
let's see. Dang. Okay. Sam Stevens is getting a lot of love here.
Yep.
Tons of love. What do you think of I know who I'm going. Okay, this one makes sense. This one should be a max for everybody.
Oh God. Let's see. Who is it?
We're going Bezzy over Grillo.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Bezzy over Grillo. Minus 115. Lock that thing in.
Going against my guy Grillo? Come on now.
Hey, I thought he was going to do a lot better than last week. He was just like there.
Yeah, I did. Everyone
really
was on
good
him last week. He was there in
really,
position.
Yeah, and then the weekend just did not move. But yeah, Bezzy.
Yep.
Man, or should we? There's another one that I really, really like too.
What is it?
The Harry Hall over Kitayama fade the Kitty train.
I've seen that one a bit. I don't
Have
hate
you?
that one. That's not where my mind went. I have two, but I did like that one. I don't know. It's tough. I just don't want to mess with Kitayama, man.
Fade him.
He's burned me so much this year. If I've been on him, if I've been off him, it doesn't matter. He'll do it. But
Yeah.
the two, my mind went to, I don't know if you'll like it, but first one obviously is Griffin over Bob Mack.
Of course you did.
That's one. Like, it's more of a fade of Bob Mack because I don't like him at these type of courses at all. I really don't. He has course history is not there.
Yeah.
And like I just don't like him at these type of courses. And the other one, which I'm very surprised, and I mean, this guy's been horrendous this year, and we talk about it all the time. It's Graceman over Sungjae.
Yeah.
At plus 100. That line's intriguing because it's plus odds. And like Sungjae, if you look at his recent, the one thing that does scare me is he does play well at this course because it does fit his game.
That's what I'm saying. Like if Sungjae was to do well at one course, it would be this one. It has to be this one. It's kind of like Kitayama. It's like if he does well at this course, it has to be this one.
Yeah.
It's just.
It's true because it's like if you look at he goes 3M Open, missed cut, 52nd, cut, 61st, 57 cut. So it's like then you look at his Wyndham history, it's 41st, 14th, 2nd, 9th, and 6th. It's like it's tough.
I see something here, yeah.
Yeah, because that's his game. He'll hit fairways and put it close with a wedge. But I don't know. Maybe I'll go.
But he doesn't rank that great in any models. Doesn't
because he's been so bad. Yeah,
doesn't have much ownership. So I mean, it could be a value play or a high risk play.
I think you might have changed my mind about him because it's like. Yeah, I'll go Griffin over Mac. It's going to be a closer matchup just because Mac probably won't miss the cut, but I just don't see him contending. So I'll go Griffin over Mac because Sungjae could get a top 5. You never know.
Right. Yeah, but I'll go. Mine will be Bezzy, Bezzy for sure. Over who was that? Bezzy over Grillo, and then but I could. It's a strong second would be Hall over Kitayama right there. So I wouldn't mind anybody taking those. Any first round leader you want to throw out there so we can clip it whenever it hits?
Yeah, I had a few. I do like Eckroat. I was going to put him on my outright card, but I think I'm going to go the first round leader route. I think he was like 80-1 or something. That's a good guy who can go low at any time. It's tough to trust him for 4 rounds, but obviously he can put up a 10 under round 1 easily. He's a good one. Chris Kirk, honestly, has been playing some good golf lately. So yeah, those are probably the two. And then honestly, McCarthy. I love to go back to him.
I could see McCarthy. Yeah. I would think. I think Clanton is good at 60-1 there. Clanton could get hot going there. Another one, which I was on last week, who just pissed me off because it was so bad. But Putnam. And going back to him, not overall, but, throwing a first round out there. So Putnam, I think he's what? I want to say he's 90-1, 80-1, 80-1. Same with Eckroat. So I one of those two. I like that.
Yeah.
And then the last one you could go with Nico at 80-1 too.
Yeah,
so,
everyone's on him, man. It could just be his week.
It could be, he gets hot and then goes. And Trent, I makes a lot of sense here too to go with Rye.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm surprised he's not the favorite in the whole field. I'm surprised he's not the one putting 20-1 behind his name, but it's Fitz.
Yeah, it's funny Fitzpatrick being the lead. I mean, he's been playing some good golf, but it's like, I don't think he should be, the favorite. But
yeah, but I could totally see him just crushing the competition because he's better than everybody, in my opinion, talent wise. But he's been playing very, very solid golf late, but just somebody I'm not going to take at 20-1 ever.
Right, never.
And then Trent's got could we ride the Kurt Kitayama hot streak? it's a good angle. I know I just talked about fading him as a round matchup or a tournament matchup, but if you see it opposite and say, hey, this guy's locked in on all cylinders, which he was, but he did. I think the nerves got to him on that Sunday, but halfway through the round there. But I don't know. I probably would not go back to him, but I could see it, so I don't mind it. But if you want to play that angle there. Anything else you want to cover before we get out of here?
I think I'm good, man.
That was
Just hopefully finish off on a good note going in the playoffs. Hopefully we can get something going. So. And
they changed the playoff format, right? They don't like that. I know there's 3 tournaments, but they don't do that handicap at the end of that tournament. Right?
I think they changed it so it's top 70 going into next week, top 50 going into the second, and then top 30 still. But I don't think they're doing the handicap.
Yeah, because that handicap was just the dumbest thing.
It's stupid. Yeah.
So, well, you couldn't cap it. It was just like, yeah, Scotty's gonna win.
Yeah,
he's up by 17 strokes. He's gonna win. you know. And then no one tuned in, so I'm sure they lost a bunch of ratings on it.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I saw something where it was like basically just stroke play for the whole tournament, so which is good. All right, well, we'll get up on out of here. We'll tweet out, put out all of our. I'll put my outrights out there. Everybody's gonna have to come to the stream for the placements and matchups and stuff like that. But as always, we got 2 balls, 3 balls, matchups, round score, lays off on Underdog. Will be on the Discord each and every day coming up. So hope you guys join the Discord. I know Bet with the Boys. They do a great job over there as well. So shout out to them. But we will be back probably next Tuesday. Make sure you just hit that subscribe button, and then you won't have to worry about what day it is. You'll get an alert whenever we go live next. So appreciate you all tuning in. We'll see you guys next stream. See you.
Peace.